I'm going to start by talking through my solution to simultaneous equations. The original question was this one here: 4x plus 5y equals 22 and 3x plus 4y is equal to 17. Now I knew I couldn't solve this at the time because my x coefficients were different and so were my y coefficients. So I had to choose whether to get the x coefficients or the y coefficients the same. I decided to choose the x coefficients because these numbers here are slightly smaller than these numbers here. So I decided to multiply by opposite coefficients to the question. So you'll see here I had a 3. Well, here I times by 3, but it was like the opposite one over here. And this 4 here I times by 4 here. So again it was like by the opposite over here. When I times this thing by 3, I had to multiply absolutely everything by 3. So that was 3 times by the 4, 3 times by the 5, and 3 times by the 22. That gave me, if I zoom out a little bit, there we go, we'll see, that gave me 12x plus 15y equals 66. Then for this one here, was I times it by 4, it was everything here times by 4. So that was 4 times 3, which is 12x. 4 times 4, which was 16y, and then 4 times 17, which was 68. Next, what I did was 4 take away 3, and the reason why I did 4 take away 3, this one here, the blue one, take away the red one, was because when I did 12x take away 12x, it doesn't actually matter which way around you do it, it's always going to give 0, and that's the whole reason why I multiplied by these different numbers here, so I could eliminate the x's so they were no more. But what I do have to be careful of, if I do 15y take away 16y, I get minus y here, which I didn't want. It would make things very, very difficult. So I've done it as 4 take away 3 because now I'm doing 16y take away 15y, which leaves me with just y or 1y, but it's fine to write it as just y. And then 68 take away 66 gives me the 2 there. To carry on having a really, really good answer, what I need to do is I need to sub in my answer from the one before into one of the original two equations. So either this one here or this one here. So I decided to sub it into 1 just because the numbers was, well, they're not slightly small. I just decided 1. It doesn't really matter which one unless it had negatives, and then I'd try and make sure I was subbed it into the positive one. So what I did was I subbed in 2 in place of the y value, so that became 5y, which was 5 times 2, which became 10, and then I just solved it as a linear equation.